Sometimes the hardest thing in life is realizing that the only barrier between where you are and where you want to be is the decision to commit. It's not about luck, timing, or even talent. It's about you, right now, deciding that you deserve to strive for more. It's not about waiting for the world to offer the perfect moment. The Stoics also believe this. Epictetus taught us that while we can't control what happens around us, we can choose how we respond. Today, we'll talk about one of the most powerful mindsets you can adopt, deciding right now to act as if you are already the best. Because let's be honest, we all face insecurities, that inner voice that says you're not ready or not good enough. But what if I told you that you don't have to wait until you feel prepared? The truth is, you become the best not by waiting for ideal conditions, but by showing up with the mindset that you already have what it takes. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, reminded themselves daily to focus on what they could control and act with integrity, regardless of the circumstances. It's about embracing the power you have now, even if the path ahead seems uncertain. So in today's video, we'll dive into the mindset that can transform how you approach your goals, challenges, and everyday life. This isn't about pretending to be something you're not. It's about embracing your full potential. Stay tuned as we explore how acting as if you're the best is not just a shift in mindset, but a key to unlocking everything you've been seeking. And if you value what we're building here, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button. It's free and really helps support the channel. Let's get started. The power of deciding to be the best. The moment you choose to live up to your full potential is the moment your life starts to change. It's not about waiting for the perfect opportunity or hoping that external conditions improve. It's about making an internal decision, choosing to show up each day as the best version of yourself. This idea resonates with Stoic teachings, which remind us that our true power lies in how we choose to handle life. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. The decision to be the best begins with this mindset. This mindset isn't about being perfect or better than others. It's about setting a standard for yourself and committing to continuous growth. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's most powerful emperors, constantly reminded himself to act with virtue, not for glory or recognition, but because it was the right thing to do. He believed that every day was an opportunity to pursue excellence, not in competition with others, but in competition with his own potential. When you decide to be the best, you're not saying you'll never make mistakes or face difficulties. The Stoics were clear that life is full of obstacles, but they also believed that these obstacles shape us. By choosing to be the best, you commit to facing these challenges head-on, using them as opportunities to grow stronger and wiser. This is where your life begins to transform. It's not about waiting for the right moment. It's about making the decision now, in this moment, to act with purpose and confidence. From this decision, everything else flows. You raise your standards, your actions align with your goals, and you start moving closer to the person you know you can become. That's the power of deciding to be the best. Why acting as if you're the best matters. When I say act as if you're the best, I don't mean you should behave as if you're superior to others. Quite the opposite. Acting as if you're the best isn't about putting others down or becoming arrogant. It's about holding yourself to the highest standard and striving for excellence, not for external approval, but for your own growth. So when I say act as if you're the best, I'm talking about adopting the mindset of someone already at the peak of their ability. Imagine you're a top-level athlete or a skilled craftsman. There's no arrogance in your confidence. It's calm, secure, and built on hard work, discipline, and continuous self-improvement. Think of how Marcus Aurelius carried himself as a leader. He didn't see himself as perfect or superior. He saw himself as a student of life, always striving to improve and act with virtue. That's the kind of mindset we're aiming for. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean pretending to know everything or never making mistakes. It's about showing up with the confidence that you're fully capable of handling whatever comes your way. This belief guides your actions. When you believe you are the best, you act that way. You carry yourself with confidence, and people notice. The Stoics would remind us that this confidence doesn't come from the outside. It comes from within. It arises from knowing you're living in alignment with your values and giving your best in every moment. The key difference is that arrogance tries to place you above others, while acting as if you're the best is about rising to your own maximum potential. It's about pursuing excellence while staying humble and grounded. Just as the Stoics taught, you're not aiming for perfection but for progress, always improving, always learning, and always moving forward. What if I'm not the best? Some of you might be thinking, but I'm not the best. I'm far from it. How can I act as if I am? And that's totally understandable. It's normal to feel like you're not at the top. But here's the point. You don't need to be the best to act like the best. The beauty of this mindset is that it works even when you're not there yet. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean pretending or fooling yourself. It's about shifting your mindset to unlock your full potential, and it starts with how you see yourself. This fits perfectly with Stoicism. The Stoics believe that we have control over our mindset and how we face life's challenges. So even if you're not the best right now, you can still choose to carry yourself with confidence, discipline, and purpose, the qualities that the best demonstrate. When you act as if you're the best, something powerful happens. You begin to believe it, and once you believe it, you start to become it. This isn't magical thinking or false confidence. It's a genuine mindset shift that impacts your actions. The Stoics taught us that our beliefs shape our behaviors, and when we act as if we are capable and competent, we start becoming more so. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, a concept the Stoics knew well. Think, for instance, about a job interview. If you walk in nervous, doubting yourself, thinking you're not good enough, chances are your performance will suffer. But if you enter with the mindset that you're the right person for the job, confidently speaking about your skills and believing in your worth, it changes everything. Even if you don't get the job, this shift in attitude prepares you for the next opportunity. You practice confidence and build resilience, qualities that will be valuable in the future. So when you tell yourself, "I'm not the best," the Stoics would remind you that this isn't the focus. The focus is to act as if you are. By doing so, you elevate yourself and align your actions with the person you want to become. The goal isn't perfection, but the continuous pursuit of excellence, always getting better, as Stoic philosophy teaches. The Stoics believed in the importance of constant growth, and this mindset represents exactly that. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean you think you've reached the top or that you can stop improving. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about committing to a life of continuous learning, discipline, and improvement. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This means that no matter how good you become, there's always room to improve. People who excel in any field, whether a top athlete, a successful entrepreneur, or a respected thinker, never stop perfecting their craft. They keep learning. When you act as if you're the best, you commit to that same process of mastery. You're saying, "I will act as the best and strive to be the best." This mindset is rooted in humility, not arrogance. The Stoics highly valued humility. Marcus Aurelius, despite being one of the most powerful men of his time, constantly reminded himself to stay humble and keep improving. He didn't see his position as an end, but as a responsibility to pursue personal excellence every day. When you adopt this mindset, you're doing the same. You strive to be better today than you were yesterday, knowing that growth is a lifelong journey. Acting as if you're the best means raising your own standards. It means taking responsibility for your personal development in every area of life. In your relationships, for example, it's about asking yourself, what would the best version of me do? How would the best partner, the best friend, or the best parent act? It's not about pretending to be perfect, but about always aiming to show up as your best self. In your health, this means acting as if you're in the best shape of your life. How would you take care of your body if you believed you could achieve optimal health? What choices would you make in terms of your diet, exercise, and habits? The Stoic path is one of self-discipline and intentional decisions that lead to long-term well-being. When you hear the phrase, "act as if you're the best," it might seem like you're faking it at first, and maybe in some way you are. But here's the truth. What you consistently practice becomes your reality. The Stoics understood this very well. Seneca said, "We become what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. This means that the more you practice something, whether it's confidence, discipline, or resilience, the more it becomes part of who you are. Let's break this down. When you start acting as if you're the best, it might feel strange. You might think, who am I to carry myself with such confidence? But the beauty of human nature is that we are incredibly adaptable. The Stoics believed we are shaped by our thoughts and actions. If you consistently act with confidence, you'll start to feel more secure. If you make disciplined choices in your life, over time, you'll become more disciplined. It's not about pretending forever, but about practicing the qualities you want to embody until they become second nature. Think of it like building a muscle. At first, lifting weights might feel hard, even uncomfortable, but as you keep practicing, your strength grows. Acting as if you're the best works the same way. Every time you practice, you reinforce this mindset, and eventually it becomes less of an act and more of a habit. The Stoics understood this process well. Epictetus often reminded his students that we have control over how we respond to the world. By practicing virtuous actions, we align our inner selves with the kind of person we want to become. Let's say you want to feel more confident in social situations. At first, it may feel strange, like you're acting. But the more you practice standing tall, speaking clearly, and connecting with others, the more you start to feel that confidence. Over time, it stops feeling like an act, and you realize you've genuinely become more comfortable in these settings. The same goes for any area of life. If you practice making healthy choices over time, you'll become someone who naturally lives a healthier lifestyle. If you practice good financial management, you'll eventually become financially secure. The Stoic idea of practicing virtue teaches us that we don't need to wait for change to happen. We can create it through our daily actions. The key is consistency. It's not about doing something once and expecting transformation, but about showing up every day and practicing qualities aligned with your greatest potential. Over time, what began as practice becomes your reality. You become the best version of yourself by repeatedly acting as such. As the Stoics taught, your actions shape your character, and your character shapes your life. So keep practicing, because your reality is being built by what you do every day. When we talk about acting as if you're the best, it's easy to think this means ignoring your flaws or pretending they don't exist. But actually, it's the opposite. Acting as if you're the best means having the courage to face your weaknesses and use them as opportunities to grow. The Stoics were masters of this. They taught that self-awareness and honest reflection are essential for improvement. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Part of this power lies in understanding where we fall short, not to feel shame, but to learn and evolve. The best people in any field aren't those who believe they're perfect. They're those who know their limitations better than anyone, but don't let those limitations define them. Instead, they use them as motivation to keep improving. The Stoics believed in embracing challenges and discomforts as natural parts of life. Epictetus reminded us that the path to mastery requires us to face obstacles with resilience. When we see our weaknesses clearly, we can address them with a growth mindset. Think of it this way. If you ignore your weaknesses, they don't go away. In fact, they tend to grow and become more bothersome over time. But if you acknowledge them and take steps to improve, you become stronger. The Stoics didn't see weakness as failure. They saw it as a chance to practice virtue, which means striving for excellence. When you face your weaknesses, you're giving yourself the opportunity to become better, more disciplined, and more capable. This process requires humility. Acting as if you're the best doesn't mean you think you're perfect, but that you're committed to continuous growth. You can be confident in your strengths while fully aware of where you need to improve. The Stoics, especially Seneca, often wrote about the importance of learning from every experience, even from failures. In fact, Seneca believed that failures and setbacks are often our greatest teachers. They show us where we need to grow and push us to develop the skills or mindset we may be lacking. The key is to view your weaknesses not as something to be ashamed of, but as a natural part of your development. By facing them with honesty and a desire to improve, you take control of your growth. Herein lies true strength, the ability to confront what's holding you back and work to overcome it. The Stoic approach is to view life's challenges, including your own limitations, as fuel to become a better, more resilient person. When you act as if you're the best, You're not pretending to be perfect. Rather, you're showing that you have the strength to face your weaknesses, learn from them, and become the person you want to be. This mindset will carry you forward, just as it did for the Stoics, who accepted their flaws, learned from them, and continued on their path to excellence. Lift those around you. When you act as if you're the best, it's not just about improving your own life, but also about raising the standard for everyone around you. The Stoics believed in the concept of sympathy, the idea that we're all connected and that our actions impact the whole. When you pursue excellence, you inspire others to do the same. Your confidence, discipline, and commitment to growth naturally lift the people you interact with, whether in your family, friendships, or work. Think about what it's like to be around someone who acts with purpose and clarity. That person's energy is contagious. They don't need to say anything. Their actions and presence show others what's possible. This is how you can influence others, by leading by example. When you act as if you're the best, you become a source of inspiration for those who may be facing doubts or uncertainties. You show them that it's possible to overcome challenges by adopting the right mindset and staying focused on what truly matters. The Stoics didn't concern themselves with competition as we often think of it today. They believed in helping others achieve virtue and wisdom. When you raise your standards and strive for excellence, you're not just lifting yourself. You're creating an environment where those around you feel motivated to grow alongside you. Acting as if you're the best means embodying qualities others admire and want to emulate. In doing so, you not only improve your own life, but also contribute to the growth and success of those around you. It's a ripple effect of positive change, just as the Stoics would have wanted. How to handle failure. Failure is something everyone faces, and the Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that failure is not something to be feared, but rather an inevitable part of life's journey. Marcus Aurelius, known for his reflections, famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the path to it. When you act as if you're the best, it doesn't mean you believe you'll never fail. It means you face failure with resilience, knowing that every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control. You can't always control the outcome, but you can control how you respond to failure. Instead of seeing failure as a personal defeat, view it as feedback, a lesson on what didn't work and how you can improve. Epictetus reminded his students that we should accept failure as a part of life and use it to build our character. Failure isn't a reason to give up. It's a reason to keep going, armed with more knowledge and experience. When you face failure with a Stoic mindset, you stop seeing it as something to avoid and embrace it as a chance to practice perseverance and adaptability. The best people in any field, whether in business, sports, or philosophy, aren't those who never fail, but those who know how to bounce back stronger each time. As the Stoics taught, our true strength comes from how we rise after a fall. So the next time you fail, remember it's not the end of the story. It's a crucial step on your journey to greatness. A daily practice of excellence. Acting as if you're the best isn't something that happens just once. It's a daily practice. The Stoics believed in the importance of deliberate, consistent action. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, urged himself to approach each day with purpose and intention. He wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This practice of showing up every day with a commitment to excellence is how you get closer to becoming the best version of yourself. The beauty of this mindset is that you don't have to wait until you feel ready. The Stoics knew that waiting for the perfect moment often leads to inaction. Instead, they taught us to start from where we are, with what we have. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. By acting as if you're the best each day, you're practicing the qualities that will eventually define you. Over time, what started as a conscious effort becomes part of your character. Remember, this isn't about arrogance or pretending to be something you're not. It's about aligning your actions with your potential and pursuing excellence in everything you do, whether in your work, relationships, or personal growth. Acting as if you're the best helps you raise your own standards and live with purpose. As the Stoics taught, we control our actions, and through them, we shape our lives. So make this mindset a daily practice. Every morning, ask yourself, how would the best version of me approach this day? With this question guiding you, you'll find yourself continually moving toward the life you're capable of living, one action at a time. Thank you for being part of the Stoic Journal. And if you'd like to continue this journey of growth and resilience, check out one of the suggested videos on your screen. Stay strong, stay centered, and we'll see you in the next video.